Gold bells, that was it. As the gold bells rang, announcing the armistice, Chaim died. And this was the end for my grandmother. Actually, she never got over both those deaths, and neither did my aunt and my mother. They came, she took her girls, and her relationship with my Zadie, as I said, was not ideal. We never thought about this. But here's this woman, didn't speak English, took her two younger daughters and set sail to the United States. Now, she already had her daughter, Tilly, in the United States, because Tilly came to visit one of her aunts, Kinka or Hannah, in St. Louis, fell in love with Charlie Rosen, who was her first cousin, eloped to Kentucky. Hey, you didn't know we were this interesting, did you? And you wanted me to condense it? That may be the whole night. Kidding. Anyhow, she and Charlie had eloped to Kentucky. But because they were in love, and first cousins couldn't marry in Missouri, and a lot of other states. Also, in England, my Uncle A.B. fell in love and married a first cousin. He married Devera. Now, Devera, I have it written down, but I've lost it. And if you give me a minute, I will find it. Because, here we are. Here's A.B. He married Devera Londinsky. And I think was she Beryl? I have to look it up. Eureka? Okay. Okay. Well, meanwhile, my grandmother felt disgraced in London, came to the United States. My uncle was running a shoe factory at that time in the United States. And she went they kicked them up in New York, and she went to live, and that wasn't to her liking. So she took both younger girls and went to see her two sisters, Kinka and Hannah, and also her daughter, Tilly. And she had to see her son-in-law / nephew, Charlie. She was not the most thrilled person in the world at the double marriages, but they happened. And in time, everybody else got married. Now, let me preface it by saying, we saw nothing unusual in this growing up. We didn't realize that our Zadie was a continent apart from us because Bubba didn't believe in divorce. So it was easy just to go to America and never go back. There was a lot of writing going back and forth between the sisters and the brothers, and my Zadie would have someone write. They never saw their father again because he died, I think, just at or after World War II ended. But I remember that I was told on my birthday, and I wouldn't forget that. And it was very sad because I'd always hoped to see my Zadie. I still didn't see anything wrong in that because it was natural with us. But to go on, everybody married. Ike was married to Millie Ahrens. They had kids, lived in Lynn. My mother, as I said, married my dad. My dad, coincidentally, came from Droga-Chin, which was the next town to Smiatich, and knew my grandmother's father, knew him well. And had the misfortune once to make a joke that he had a horse that was blind in one eye and lame in the other leg, and it took a couple of years before the Buddha spoke to him again. But she had a very magnetic personality. Her nieces and great-nieces can tell you there was a lot of visiting going forth. And she went to visit everyone, and they came to visit her and left her. At the last reunion, I found out that my Buddha used to go to New York to her niece Gittel Reuter's house, and she used to make them donuts. And I asked my cousins, did any Buddha ever make donuts for any of you? Never. She never did, just for them. But Sylvia came from Chicago, as she used to say, and she would get on the Greyhound bus. She would go to Chicago and St. Louis. She was a woman's liver. She couldn't read